You built the life that you wanted, so why do you hate living inside of it so much? Because a guy sat across from me recently in a coaching session and he said something that really stuck with me. He didn't say it loud, he didn't say it with any kind of aggression or even in a dramatic way. Just raw and honest. He said, I built the life that I wanted, so why do I feel like this on a day-to-day basis? And the way he said it told me absolutely everything. He'd lost hope. Because this wasn't a man who had failed by anybody's standards. This was a man who had succeeded. Successful business owner, nice house, pretty wife, 2 kids, good income, family looked after, couple holidays a year. And from the outside, looking in, you'd say that he'd won. You'd look at his life and you'd say that he must be doing well. But sitting across from him, you could see that something was wrong. You could feel that something was wrong. Not visibly broken, just worn down. His phone lit up constantly, every few seconds, message, notification, email, bzz, 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 bzz. And he didn't even look at them anymore. His hand just reached towards the phone automatically, like a reflex. And halfway through the conversation, he admitted something that sounded like it was small, but it really wasn't. He said to me, I haven't even trained in 8 months. 8 months. This was a man who used to train religiously 5-6 days a week, early mornings, getting it in, strict routines, watching what he's eating. He used to pride himself on his discipline and how he looked, athletic. Now we couldn't even remember the last time that he'd stepped into the gym. Then he said something else. He said, I sleep on average about 5 hours a night. 5 hours, because his mind could never switch off because his phone's dinging all the time. His business never stops. Clients need him, staff need him, problems need him. There's fires that need putting out. So his phone never leaves his hand. First thing in the morning, last thing in the evening, at the dinner table, even when he's on holiday. And then he said the sentence that really landed and really solidified everything for me. He said, I feel like my life is running me. And that's the sentence that every ambitious man eventually says when their standards start to drift. Not when they fail, when they drift. Because nothing in his life had even collapsed. His business was doing well. His income hadn't dropped. He was still making good money. And his house hadn't disappeared. He still owned that. Because like I said, from the outside, looking in, everything still looked successful. But internally, inside, he was quietly becoming something else. Heavy, chaotic and uncontrollable. His body was gone, his mind was loud, and his business was running every single hour of his day. That's the 3 pillars that I talk about. Body, being and business. And all of his were completely out of sync. And when those 3 start to drift apart, something strange happens. Your life still moves forward in ways, but it stops feeling like yours. It stops feeling like an enjoyable life. So you wake up already thinking about problems. You move through the day reacting to things instead of leading them and facing them head on. You sit down at night completely exhausted, not because you didn't achieve anything, but because everything just feels chaotic. Your brain never goes quiet enough for you to actually feel what you're feeling. Your body never resets and the work never stops. And the strangest part of all, you built it. That's the dark and twisted part that most people don't talk about. You built the life that now feels overwhelming. And the worst thing is, nobody forced it on you. You actually worked hard to create it. Nobody dropped it on your lap. You built it. You built the business. You got the high income job. You accepted all the responsibility. You constantly expanded the workload. And somewhere along the way, the structure that once kept you sharp slowly disappeared. Because drifting is subtle. You don't wake up one morning and decide to just lose your discipline. You just stop protecting it. Training gets pushed back. Sleep gets sacrificed. Silence disappears. And your phone becomes the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing that you touch at night. And that's no way to live your life. You already know it. So you just tell yourself that you're busy. You tell yourself that this is just a temporary phase where you're getting shit done. And you tell yourself you'll get back to actually living life soon. But soon turns into months. And months quietly become years. Then your body changes. Then your mind changes. Then your standards change. Until one day you're sitting across from someone saying something that you never thought you would say. I've built the life that I wanted. So why do I feel like this? And the answer is uncomfortable. Your life didn't collapse. Your standards just drifted. Body, being, and business. Those three have got to be working together. Those three pillars built your success, then slowly fell out of alignment because your body lost its discipline, your mind lost its silence or its ability to be able to sit in silence, and your work became reaction instead of intention. And once those pillars drift apart, life begins to feel heavier every week, every month, every year, every decade. That's exactly where this man was sitting in front of me. Successful, but tired. Not just physically tired, existentially tired. Like a man who'd been carrying something for too long. Now, most people expect some crazy big breakthrough solution at this point. Something dramatic. Some huge lifestyle overhaul. But that's not what happened. Because the real problem wasn't his life. His real problem was the structure that was holding it together. So we didn't rebuild his complete entire world. We just realigned it. Introduced training again. Not when he felt like it. It was non-negotiable. Switch the phone off for that training session. Get the session done. Feel it. Enjoy it. Let it charge you up. Then we installed something that sounded too simple to be comfortable at first. Silence, 10 minutes every morning, no phone, no stimulation, just sitting there with his thoughts. At first, he absolutely hated it. He said he felt like his head was going to explode off his shoulders because silence forces you to be honest with yourself. But after a couple of weeks, something interesting started to happen. His mind started slowing down. The constant noise faded, clarity returned. Then we looked at the way his business controlled his day, and instead of reacting to every single message instantly, he created boundaries. Not talking huge ones, just enough structure to be able to stop the chaos. And a few weeks later, he said something that stuck with me. For the first time in years, I feel like I'm in control of my life again. That's a beautiful thing to hear somebody say when you know how much they've been struggling. Because that sentence says everything. Because his life didn't suddenly change. His business didn't disappear and his responsibilities definitely didn't shrink, but the way it all felt to him completely changed. Because alignment creates power. Body, being, and business. It's as simple as that. When those three pillars move together, your life starts to feel sharp again. Your body fuels your discipline and your mind creates clarity. And then your work becomes intentional and you start actually being able to enjoy it again and everything starts compounding. But when those three things drift apart, something darker happens. Your life slowly becomes something that you have to endure instead of lead. And do you want to know what the most dangerous part is? From the outside, it still looks successful, which means nobody questions it. Nobody asks if you're actually okay. They just assume that you're winning. But you know the truth. You feel it every single morning. You feel it every single night. You feel it during the day when you actually have a moment where it all quiets down. You've built the life you wanted, but you're not sure if you want to live inside of that life anymore. That's what we call misalignment. And until those three pillars reconnect, the pressure will keep on growing. Body, being, business. And if this story felt a little bit too familiar, click the link in the description and get your free copy of the Alignment Blueprint. It's the exact structure I use with my private clients to get them realigned across body, being, and business. Because drifting doesn't just magically fix itself. Alignment has to be installed. And once it is, something powerful happens. Something magical happens. You stop feeling like your life is running you and you start feel like you're running your life again. It's a beautiful feeling. I want you to experience it. So click the link in the description, get your copy of the Alignment Blueprint, and if you need proof it works, go through to my website and look at all the client wins and all the testimonials from the men that have come before you. I'll see you in the next video. Let's fucking go.